We talk of masses, but we think masses are idiots. They are minors. We have store of wisdom. We have to give something. These people, they are superstitious. These people, they don't know anything. They believe in goblins, or ghosts, Gandhi, Babajis, and so we have come to that civilizing mission which the colonizers had. Even Marxists had. Those who talk of in the name of masses, they go to the masses with a civilizing mission, not with the humility of a revolutionary. That's in practice I have seen. And I gave you an extreme example of Jal Dharna, but that is more or less with us. So, how can I have humility? How can I have a spirit of integration? How can I have all these things? Only I find out some method of tolerating you. First I must tolerate, endure you, then I will start loving you. We can't endure each other in these movements. And I told you what happened in the history. Only in the 70s, one Marxist they have found. The sacred duty of one Marxist is to see that the other Marxist is behind the bars or he is shot dead. Because he is creating more illusion. That's the simple formula. He is creating more illusion than Naveen Patnaik. CPM people are creating more illusion, or CPM people say Maoists are creating more illusion. They are suffering from infantile disorder. So first they must be cut hold of, not Naveen Patnaik. We must fight against it. So with this kind of attitude, with this kind of theorizing, this kind of worldview, how can expect these people to come together? And any movement needs not only unity, as I said, camaraderie among people fighting together. How can you fight it in such situation? You say. So and it is not very peculiar to Orissa. Rather, here I say we have more tolerance. That's because you see, it is still we have not been able to extricate ourselves from these feudal habits. There are some plus points in the feudal habits also. In a feudal society, in a peasant society, you see, people there, I know how to tolerate it. Because I don't want jhamela, not that because I am very broad-minded Catholic. Because I don't want jhamela. In a peasant society, they want little jhamela. And they know, they have but intuitively, they know that, no, I should have first friendship with this man instead of having debate and polemics with him. So that spirit of a peasant society we inherit, and that is why we have some kind of endurance, tolerance for each other. But among our leaders, that is.
I'm trying to engage with what you're saying and doing it also because when we came up with the first issue of a magazine, the example that we used there was of the elephant story. That I catch on to the tail and I think that's the elephant. To overcome that subjective blindness, we need that coming together, and that is through dialogue. So that is why I am already sort of thinking about it, and to shift the terms of discussion to a slightly different level. Say for instance, I'm coming from an article that I read recently which was about the spirit of generalization, so to say, that Marx talked about, and he said that, okay, before the Paris Commune, he might have had said certain things, he might have said, you know, if you do these things it will be wrong, but after all, he did not think it was his job to go and say that all you've done is wrong, nothing, you should have done it my way. Instead of that, what he tried to do was contextualize and say that, okay, this was a situation in which you did these many things, this happened because of these things, or this could have happened. And the problem that what he was trying to do was assimilate that experience into my mind. Assimilate that experience and see that what can historically be understood and how can then we work and sort of not make mistakes that we made in the past and see how the future can be there. In which case, the point that you're raising of tolerance and dialogue with the other, understanding that we are all comrades in the same movement, is of precisely that generalization that since we are part of the same movement, a particular, as you said, that I'm looking at it from one perspective, and if I am located or a particular subject is located in one situation, then the form that the struggle takes might be different. It might seem valid, but in another location, some other form seems valid. But nonetheless, the logic of this movement and that movement remains in the larger sense the same. But of course the problem is, and that's the problem, that because we've been sort of thrashing it out at length in Delhi, that how does this logic, I mean, we know theoretically speaking that the logic is the same, only forms are different, but how does it express itself in movement terms? Meaning that, is it true that, is it possible that when forms come together and we try, and there's a process in which the logic, the inherent, the universal, we try to grasp the universal, can this process also entail violence? I'm saying, I'm trying to,
I'm just giving you that POSCO example of that POSCO movement. But I expected. Actually, I am not at present. I am not with these Gandhian friends also. I am very much angry on them. You may think. Yesterday I found one of them, Akshay. He knows him, Akshay. See, he is having a educational convention next month, very big kind of thing. I said, it is all farce, don't waste your time. Yesterday I have told him. What we expected, you see, there how we could have managed these Gandhians and that Marxist, Mr. Sahu, Sipe, how we could have complemented their, both their in ideas, in strategy, in day-to-day functioning, both the movements could have complemented. How? For example, as I told, these people invited Mr. Sahu to talk. Then, from that dialogue, a new strategy would have been emerged. For example, his erratic violence, it would have been tamed, and these people, some of these their followers who had made a fetish of non-violence, they would have come to terms with Sahu's method also. That there should be some violence, some non-violence, but as a part of a strategy. No ethical question is involved in it. How it could have been done? Had they sit together once, twice, thrice, some method would have come, evolved, but he did not cooperate, he did not come. It is on record. Even some 2 to 3 months back, I told these Gandhian boys, whom I follow, but I don't think that I directed their. I have told without any inhibition that they are my gurus. These young people are my gurus. I mean it really. I don't say that out of humility. Because I am not in the movement anymore. Those who are in the field, we must follow them, whatever they are doing. So, when they asked me for my suggestion, but I stand my, I am very clear about my stand. So, 3 months back, again, they wanted to return to that area. So 4 months back, one of them, Vishwajit Raj, he was a doctor, he was arrested. Then when he came in bail, we sat together. That will, how now we will move about. So my suggestion and suggestion of another gentleman was that we will take some 15 to 20 panchayats around in the periphery of that area. Now, immediately 3 big panchayats, 3 big panchayats, they are going to be immediately affected. But government is not disclosing, but it is in their MOU that some 15 to 20 other panchayats, they will be also grabbed, their land, etc. will be grabbed by POSCO, by degrees it will be taken. So I said, we should not have any conflict with Mr. Sahu. Let him, if he wants to work, he will work in the epicenter of the movement. Now we will disperse to the periphery. In those 15 to 20 panchayats, you generate consciousness, etc. And Gandhi, one beauty about Gandhi's movement was that where in the high noon of freedom struggle, also he had taken up some constructive